All right, guys, what's up? So I have a pretty interesting device today, the ROG Ally, which has been talked about a lot on the internet. And according to what I'm reading, this is probably the most powerful handheld device that's currently out there. And this is ROG's direct answer to the Steam Deck, which is a portable device that you can play games with. Everything that I've read about this, at least on paper, seems to be pretty good, and it actually seems too good to be true. So let's actually find out whether that's true or not. And because this is the direct answer to the Steam Deck, we can kind of compare it and see whether this is any better and whether you should buy this. And we'll also discuss the pricing by the end of the video, so stick around. If you are interested in gaming consoles, and especially handheld gaming consoles, well, this is for you. Let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing. Let's look at the specs pretty quick. And we have here a 7-inch LCD display. I'll talk about that in a little bit. We have the AMD Z1 Extreme, which is the chip that comes with the ROG Ally. That's based on a 4nm platform. We have 512 SSD storage. We have 512 gigs as a separate storage, and then 64 is SSD. We also have a 16 gig LPDDR5 RAM, which is integrated with this. This also comes with Windows 11, as I already mentioned, and this has a 40 watt-hour battery. It also comes with a 65 watt charger inside the box. Alright, so this pretty much explains some of the basic features like the power button, the charging, the ports in a few different languages. We have the ROG Ally device here, which I'm going to unbox. Okay, we have our charger over here, which is a 65 watt charger, and this is a USB-C charger. And apart from that, what else do we get? That's it. Some paperwork. So the ROG Ally has a lot of attention to detail. Build quality is pretty much, it's a plastic body, obviously, but there's a lot of attention to detail here. Let's look at the ports. We have a 3.5mm audio jack. We also have a micro SD option here, and then we also have different charging port, and this also can be connected to a external GPU. This also has the option of being connected to a PC, so you can go PC mode with this, where you can connect a mouse and also a keyboard, and this also can be connected directly into a TV. So if you want to game on a TV while using the ROG Ally, that's very much possible. You have your volume buttons over here. You also have your power button on this side. You have your right and left triggers, and then you also have triggers on the back here. Let's go ahead and turn this on. There we go. So these are RGB lightings, and let me guys show you a little bit of what this looks like from the inside. Also looking at some of the things, we have 2 stereo speakers on this side, and we also have the fan. So this actually comes with 2 fans, and this uses a zero gravity cooling system. I don't know what that means, but I'll talk about it in a little bit. And these both are also exhaust fans for the exhaust system or the cooling system. So looking at the display real quick, we have a 7-inch display, and this is a LCD display, not an AMOLED display or an OLED display. This is actually pretty much the same as we have on the Steam Deck, but a big difference is that this, first of all, this comes with 120 hertz of a refresh rate, even though I can see a lot of people saying that there's no games that currently plays at 120 hertz. That's actually true. There's a lot of limitations where games are played usually at 60 or maybe at 100 FPS. But this does come with 120 hertz of refresh rate. So if there are any games that support 120, that you can actually play that. The Steam Deck comes at 60 hertz, and this also has a 1080p resolution. That is the big advantage when we see on the ROG Ally as compared to the Steam Deck, which comes with 800p of resolution, which you can kind of count it at 720p. One more thing is that the brightness here, this is a 500 nit peak brightness display, which you can use outside, but I wouldn't recommend it. These are not really meant to be played outside directly in the sunlight. But you can if you want to. The thing about the Steam Deck is that that's actually advertised at 400 nits, but we tested it out and that actually gave us a little bit better number. So it was kind of visibly brighter than the ROG Ally. It gave us around 550 nits. So brightness is around the same, but the Steam Deck takes the points there, even though for some weird reason it's actually advertised at 400 nits. When it comes to the performance, this thing pretty much kills it, and it's probably one of the most powerful portable gaming devices out there. One really good thing about this is that this is integrated with Windows 11, so this is a full-on computer in your hand. So that means that you can do everything that you do every day on a computer, but you can actually do it portably. So you can watch YouTube videos, you can stream, you can browse, you can do whatever you want, and also play games, which is the primary reason for this. And when it comes to the performance, this comes with the Z1 Extreme chip, which is a 4nm chip which has 8 cores and 16 threads. This is also clocked at 5.1 gigahertz. So that's pretty good, I would say, when it comes to the performance. This was able to beat the Steam Deck pretty much at every single corner. But there's one big feature or one big thing about this Steam which is kind of which we didn't see in the ROG Ally, and that's the wattage difference. So this actually can be played at 10 watts, 15 watts, 25 watts, and even a turbo mode at 30 watts if this is actually plugged in. Now the difference comes in at the 10 watts because the 10 watt gaming performance on the Steam Deck was way better, like nearly double of the ROG Ally, which is kind of weird. But now when you turn it up a little bit, so this at 15 watts was nearly 20 to 40% better than the Steam Deck in terms of performance. At 25 watts, it was nearly 3 times better, and then at turbo mode, it was actually, there was no competition near it, so it was nearly 70% better than the Steam Deck, and that's one of the things that really knocks this out of the park. This also has its own graphics card. Obviously, it has AMD's 12 Radeon mRNA3 chipset, which has 4 gigs of video memory. And as I mentioned before, this also comes with 16 gigs of LDDR5 RAM on its own. Now, when it comes to the cooling system, this does a pretty good job at it because this actually comes with 2 fans inside of it, and this comes with a new technology which I don't know what it means, but Asus advertises this as a zero gravity cooling system. So what it does, it has a second cooling system, and one of the features about it is that the exhaust is actually out of the way. So this gets pretty hot. I'm not going to say that this doesn't get hot, but it gets hot, and it actually exhausts it and cools it down in the area that matters. And one of the things that you can see is that the exhaust is nowhere near the hand. So even though this is, even right now, it's a little bit hot, even though I'm not really playing any games. So at turbo mode, this gets pretty hot, but you're not able to feel it. So they're actually done a pretty good job with the exhaust system of the ROG Ally, where you don't really feel any of it, and that's what's important. When it comes to battery life, this has 40 watt hours of battery life integrated into it. It's the exact same as the Steam Deck, this also comes with a 65 watt charger, whereas the Steam Deck comes with a 40 watt charger, and this was able to give us around 2 hours of gaming, continuous gaming. So it's okay. I wish that it was a little bit better, but I guess that, you know, this is a first gen, so it's kind of expected. We can only expect things to get better from this point onwards. Nevertheless, you are able to get around 2.5 even hours of gaming, depending on your settings, depending on the mode that you're playing. As I mentioned, this does come with Windows 11 integrated into it, so you're able to do everything that you want on a daily basis on a computer, and you can actually connect it through these ports through a external GPU. You can also connect this to a TV, and this also goes into a PC mode, which means that this can be connected to an external mouse and an external keyboard if you want to use it like that. Now, when it comes to the pricing, that's where things get a little bit interesting, because this comes at $700, which if you convert to dirhams, that's around 2,600 dirhams roughly. Now, the thing is that the Steam Deck, let me lower the volume a little bit. Now, this Steam Deck actually comes in at around the same price, so $650, which is around the same, only $50 difference. But that's for the same version that we get on this one, or the same specs that we get on this. But then you get a lot of difference when it comes to the display and also to the performance. And a lot of people can argue that the Steam Deck actually starts at $399, which is nearly 2 times, well, not 2 times, but you know, around half of what this starts at. But the argument there is that that actually comes in with 64 gigs of internal storage, whereas this will come with the 512 gig storage. So that's a huge difference. So the people really don't buy that version, so I'm not going to consider that. If you want to buy this or the Steam Deck, both will cost you around $700, 2,600 dirhams versus 2,300 dirhams, which is for the Steam Deck. And if you guys ask me, I would definitely go for the ROG Ally, because this is the newest, latest addition into the gaming portable market. This is what we have right now, and this, as I mentioned, really wipes the floor with the Steam Deck when it comes to performance at 15 watts, 25 watts, and 30 watts. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. My review on this. This is a really good purchase if you really are into gaming and portable gaming, and you want to take this, you know, on the go. If you fly a lot, or if you travel a lot and you really don't get time to game at home, this is probably the best solution that you have right now. That is my recommendation about the ROG Ally. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below, and let me know whether you would consider buying this and whether this is something that really interests you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.